I'm Zoe from The Wrap, and I'm here with Melanie Martinez, and we're going to be talking about K through 12. So since it's been a minute since you've put out a project of this size, what makes K through 12 so much different from, let's say, Crybaby?
There's so many differences between the two. I think that sonically the album sounds much more grown because I've grown as a person, and you can really see that through the music and through the art. Aside from that, yeah, it took so much longer. I put so much of myself into it, and I started writing K through 12, the album, in 2015 after I put out Crybaby. And so a lot of these songs, like Strawberry Shortcake, Lunchbox Friends, Class Fight, those were all written end of 2015, early 2016. So it was just like, it's been a long time, and I'm ready. I'm like, I just need to just put out this album, put out this film. I can't wait. I'm so excited, yeah.
A little bit further into that, what are you most excited about with K through 12?
Just the release, just being able to just put it out there so that other people can watch it, and if there are people who resonate with it and find healing through it, because a lot of the reason why, even ever since I was like 14 and I started making music, my main goal was to always create music that can help people heal, because music is such a great form of therapy. It's very cathartic to not only create music but also to listen to it, and I think film is like that as well. So I wanted to pair the two just to make it that much more impactful.
For your album, Crybaby, you've mentioned this before, you wrote and directed 13 music videos?
Yeah, so the first two, I think Dollhouse and Carousel, I didn't direct, but I wrote the treatments and stuff, and then, that was kind of where I was seeing, it's really hard, I think, for any major label, not just Atlantic, it's really just any label, to trust an artist who's like, I want to direct, or they're like, oh yeah, okay, we'll see, we'll give you a co-director or whatever. But they really trusted me after the second time working with the director, and I just told them that I really knew exactly what it was that I wanted to create, and they could tell that I was very passionate about it, so they were just super supportive. And then it just, it got to the point where I was just handing in another video treatment and another one. I was like, I really want to do this one and this one, and they're just so down. And it got to the point where now I'm finally able to release a feature film into the world, which is so crazy to me. I can't even believe it. It's real.
That's a lot of trust.
It's a lot of trust.
How would you say that the character that you play in K through 12, it's Crybaby, right? It's the same.
Yes. So it's Crybaby. Obviously, she's much more grown, and it's kind of showing her growth from kindergarten through 12th grade. So I really wanted to capture that, even down to what we did with hair and makeup with all the characters. We really tried to make it so it seemed like you could really see the gradual change and growth within their hair. One of the characters, Angelita, she has. Her hair change is probably the most dramatic. So I would say, if people are watching the film and want to be conscious of watching out for that and seeing, I would say pay attention to Angelita's look, because it changes drastically throughout, and it's so cool.
This obviously, K through 12 involves a lot more visual effects and special effects than your previous music videos.
Definitely.
What was working with that like for you?
Honestly, I think that was probably the most fun. All of post was very exciting. Shooting the film was so stressful for me. My call time was 3 a.m. I was getting out of bed 2:30 a.m. trying to make it there by 3 just to get in hair and makeup, and I had to get my full arms just airbrushed and to tattoo removal and stuff like that, because I really wanted to show the difference between me as a person and Crybaby as a character. I wanted to keep that very separate. So. But yeah, I think that the post process was super exciting, just because I was finally able to take a step back, kind of gain a new perspective on the film, because I was, in it, and it was really intense. So it was a great process for sure in comparison to shooting.
So you got to be really hands-on
in
post.
So editing, I was literally just sitting there all day and night, and it would be basically just, I had worked with two editors, Emily and Niles, and they basically just, say Emily would come in the morning and we'd meet there, and then she would leave and then Niles would come in, and I would be staying there with him in the night, just going over every single little shot and detail in it. I'm talking really, I'm very detail oriented, so yeah.
And I can imagine with a 90-minute film, that's a lot of detail to keep track of.
For sure.
What was the most challenging part of bringing this story to life?
I think the most challenging part was stepping into my own confidence and not self-sabotaging by just thinking that I couldn't do it, because it's really scary, like taking on something like this was completely new for me. I'd never written a film before. I'd never directed a film before. I'd never acted, really. Like, this was all so new to me in every way. And it was just really scary. So I think stepping into my own confidence and stepping into that role of being a director and not letting people step on my toes and sticking up for myself on set. Those are things that, huge things for me, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, those are big things to
Yeah,
tackle.
definitely.
And then I want to talk a little bit about, so social media can play a really big role in the success of a film or how the audience responds to it. And you're in a unique situation because most of, if not all of your fans are on social media. So how has your following influenced this project?
There's so much support and so much passion on the other side of it. Like, whenever I, read people's comments or DMs, it's like, it's really magical to know that you're, I don't know, like, you can put something out into the world and it can resonate on so many layers and levels with people that you don't even know how much it affects them. You have no idea. It's like this butterfly effect, and it really, sometimes I just literally read my DMs and just cry because I'm like, how is this, because I relate so much. I remember being like 13 and like I see myself in a lot of the people who listen to my music, and it freaks me out. You know what I mean? Like, it really freaks me out, but it's so beautiful. And I am so grateful. I have nothing else to say besides I'm just so grateful, really.